Shit Gato, everyone. Shit Gato. This is your game. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If you've never been here before, or wasn't here for the last one, what is This Is Your Game? This is your game. Words. Art is a nostalgia-based kind of podcast conversation where we play an old game chosen by a guest. And we chat about it, we reflect on childhood memories, we do all that fun stuff. Today, in the hot seat, we have the one and only ArgueBarmies, greatest gamer on Twitch. Say hello to ArgueBarmies, everyone. And he's cropped down there for some reason. Why is it? There's some of Barmies' head.
Oh no.
Now it's working. Now it's popped into place.
Oh, there we go.
I assure you all, this was working absolutely perfectly a moment ago.
Literally like 3 minutes ago, it was great.
Mick, how you doing, Mick? Welcome in. Moth, how you doing? Ninja Kong, Joe, Luna, all the gang. Good to see you over here, Mick. How you doing? Mick, we got to get you over here one time as well. Get you in the TV. So not that you need much introduction, but Mr. Barmies, who are you?
Who am I? It's a very good question. I don't know really. My personal streaming identity has been further confused by sort of usurping everyone's expectations because I'm generally really shit at all games, and I'm now just dining out on platinuming Bloodborne, and now I don't know who I am. So yeah, I play games, and I'm like Twitch drunk, I guess is what you'd call it, a Twitch drunk.
Like that kind of, not like the aggressive smash them over the face with a bottle drunk though, but like that kind of always there in the corner of a pub. You know, you walk in, you go, oh, that's Barmies over there.
Exactly. Sat on his own, nursing a pint, not talking to anyone. Yeah, hi.
So what brought you to Twitch? Because I don't actually know, because you were on Twitch for quite a while before I found you.
Yeah, I started really, I used to watch Justin TV, and I used to watch Limmy specifically on Justin TV, and then followed him when it sort of became Twitch. I kind of followed to the platform of Twitch, and just ended up watching him, exclusively him, only him, not even talking in chat, just watching that for a long time. And then through Limmy, I followed Claire, because I think he raided Claire, Wee Claire. And then from Wee Claire, I found Cactus and his community and everything. Kind of, I got into chat and was talking to people a lot. And then I'd been playing Pro Evolution Soccer for about 15 years or longer, with a bunch of friends. Every single Monday night, we'd all travel back to this one guy's house, even though I was working in London and he was in Hastings. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could just stream this and have it all saved for posterity and everything, you know, on an ongoing basis. And so we bought all the kit, got it all ready to go. Never really got a chance to do it because of lockdown and everything. And I bought myself the kit and thought, well, I'll give it a go as well because it looks fun. And since then, rest is history. It's been beautiful, and I've met so many lovely friends, yourself included. And I never expected that at all.
Well, I never expected to be stumbling into a Football Manager stream and staying ever since, as I know absolutely zero about football. But here we are. Look at us now,
exactly.
As the meme goes. Look at us now.
Yeah. We'll work on you. We'll teach you a few things. I've not got any pepper pots or anything, so I can't tell you about offside, but most of it we can cover, I'm sure.
I'm going to just roll this slider up now so we get this lovely volume of the menu for Broken Sword. Before we jump into the game, why this game in particular? What is it about this game that got you all kind of like, this was If you had to pick a game to sum up your childhood, why was it this one?
Well, as I say, I pretty much exclusively played football games from a young age, and basically I'd just buy pairs every year, and that would be it, or Football Manager. And this was basically my first game that kind of piqued my curiosity enough to think, right, I'll give that a go, actually. This is outside my comfort zone. And I would have played it, I think, when I was about 12 or 13, which is a good age, I think, for when you're starting to kind of discover games and things. And I'm nearly 36 now. So it's probably my earliest games memory that I think sits outside of kind of sports simulations, which are kind of very dry. And this one is full of beautiful memories. It's one of my favorite journeys, I think, that I've had through a game. And it's the first game I ever completed as well. And it's just beautiful. I mean, we'll get into it in a bit, I'm sure, but like everything about it is so considered and so sort of carefully put together. And it's logical. It's beautiful to look at, or it certainly was at the time. And even now it's got its own kind of style and charm to it. The sound is gorgeous. It's like funny. And I think the other thing, I mentioned this to you just now, but like, I love how it kind of holds your hand through the experience a bit with kind of humor and silliness, but also logic. And the art style kind of makes it a bit less scary. But yeah, it's just everything about it I love. And even I'm currently seeing the menu screen here because Snake's sharing his screen with me. And the music of the menu screen is taking me back to a really nice place. It fills me with all sorts of nice feelings.
It's weird how certain songs can always just take you back, or in this case, it's a piece of music. And Definitely. You're there sitting after school or whatever, playing, on your old big PC with the massive CRT monitor, and you sat there playing Broken Sword. But I think we've hyped the game up enough. It's the stream deck, and not the stream deck's just not having it today. That's fine. I'll do it the old-fashioned way, mouse clicks.
This is going to become a fixture, isn't it? Each episode, I think, is going to be what's going to be tech problem today.
Main streams, never an issue. Haven't had tech issues for so long. This is your game. All the issues. So this is Broken Sword. Unfortunately, we can't play the intro because it's not working. Old games, modern technology.
The intro's great, though, just to sort of colour it in. The thing I really like about it is that it's all done without any words. It's like it's just music. There's no words, no dialogue at all, but it's a full sort of cutscene, and effectively I guess a clown. This dude here, George, our hero, is just sat having a drink or whatever at the cafe in Paris. It's immediately Parisian, and then a clown sort of leers at him in a creepy way, walks in, picks up a briefcase off a dude in the cafe, puts down like an accordion, and then sort of scampers out. And there's a huge explosion, and then it comes into the game here, and you're just waking up, and you are George, and it's beautiful. It's all done without a single word of dialogue, and it's really, really nice.
We'll get too into it. Let's just say a quick hello to all the people just arriving. We've got Plater Pie, hello, how you doing? We've got Mothzillas joining us, Fiery Squirrel as well, and then of course we've got all the wonderful people who've been here already. Salam a lot as well has joined us today. Mick Flair, of course, Ninja Kong, Beetle Guy, all the wonderful people. But yeah, one thing that's immediately noticeable is how like it's got this kind of like late 80s, early 90s like hand-drawn animation look to it.
Yeah,
which I love. I think it helps the game age as well.
I think it does. It seems it's the sort of game that I think has aged pretty elegantly anyway.
A Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
So immediately you've got a mystery there, like straight away, like, okay, what's that? But you're right, the art style is so cool. It's everything's hand drawn, and it's atmospheric. Like even this, like a bombed out cafe in Paris, it's just dripping with atmosphere, and the music is beautiful as well and complements it beautifully. And like within an instant, you know, right, this is my mission. I need to suss out what's gone on here. Who was that clown? Who was what was in the briefcase?
Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name?
And we've all been there.
George
We
Stobart,
have all
ma'am.
been there.
Oh, American.
She
think
asked
you
the
several
question
days this
quite
week, hasn't it?
innocently,
I
but
think.
I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
What should we say? Should we say we're a doctor or not? I love this game. It allows you to lie.
Exactly. I mean, I'm
Yes,
all
I
about
am.
saying I'm a doctor.
I studied under Dr. Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Absolutely pour her a brandy.
Yeah.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a teat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
I love the humour in this so much.
Hello, Edie. Lovely to see you. Yeah, we were saying just before, and actually, it's such an odd thing. You play as an American,
She knocked back
and
the brandy as if it was
you're in
water.
France, but it's got a
I'm glad I
very
wasn't picking up the
British
check.
sense
What
of humour
about
to
the
the
old
game.
man? Is he
It
dead?
does. Some of the humour reminds me a bit of like the old sort of Peter Sellers, sort
I
of
think
Inspector
you might-
Clouseau sort of
I've
thing.
never
Yeah.
seen a real life corpse before.
There's a
Except
bit
for
in a
Grandma.
moment
That was different. She was family. Has he
where
gone stiff?
I shouldn't think so. He's only been dead a few minutes.
there's a bit in a minute where you encounter the police, like the sort of bumbling assistant to the police detective, and you think he's called Sergeant Moo.
Yeah,
And-
Sergeant Moo.
He's one of my favourite characters in it because he's hilarious. And there's a bit in a minute you'll get to it, and he basically pulls his gun on George and says, "Right, halt! Don't move another muscle or whatever." And then George goes, "Don't shoot! I'm an American. Don't shoot! I'm innocent. I'm an American." And he says, "Well, make up your mind. Which one is it?"
It's weird how you just remember every line, like, you know, like memorable lines like that so easy.
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either. Stay
There
here,
are certain
mademoiselle.
lines that
I'm going to look around for evidence.
you'd have heard a lot through like trying to solve a puzzle as well, and they're just like etched in my mind. Like there's some you encounter this sort of older woman who is like she's like a sort of countess or something, and she just goes when you finish your dialogue options with her and then you're doing something else and you go back to her, and every time she'll go, "Well, hello, George. What can I do for you now?" And the number of times I've heard that through trying to solve that particular puzzle because I kept going back to her, it's like etched in my brain. The sound of her voice, it's intense. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here's the scene.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that
Oh,
thing
this guy,
away,
Rosso.
Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Great character, Rosso.
Yeah. And there's a great sequence as well
What
in a
mess.
hospital, which is
This bombing is an
fantastic.
outrage, is
And you
it
have to
not?
pretend to be a
Stop that,
doctor.
monsieur.
Oh yes. And the dude with the cleaning
Stop holding your
machine
breath at
Yeah.
that
once.
he calls Mr. Shiny.
Yep.
Does it occur to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead. Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
I doubt if she is in a fit state for questioning, monsieur. It smells to me as if she has been drinking.
As I feared, we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Moo.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to handling drunken women.
I do not doubt that for one moment. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
So this is a really nice way of introducing the character of George, so you know everything about him
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
immediately.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at
And you get
this time of
Wise
year,
in-
no?
France at that time.
I guess so. Well,
Yeah.
apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yes, I did.
Has anyone in
Was he
chat played this
alone?
as well? I get the feeling
yeah.
no
And
one's
did he
really
say
played this, which is
anything
quite
to
funny
you?
to me. I thought it was
No,
quite a popular
He was
game
more
at the time.
interested in the waitress.
Or maybe I'm just like old.
Did you see anyone else?
I actually
in the
had it
cafe?
on. I conflated two memories in my head and mixed them up, but actually I remember I got this on PlayStation 1 rather than PC.
I had it on PC, but my
Yeah, there was a
friend,
guy dressed as a clown.
Daniel Morgan
He was
was his
carrying an
name, was my
accordion.
friend.
An
He had the
accordion?
PS1 copy bundled with
No. The picture
PlayStation
is
1
forming in
mouse.
my mind,
Oh
and
wow!
it is not a pretty one.
I mean, I could have done with that. The thing was,
Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll
feel bad
live
talking over
if
all the
she
dialogue.
survives the hangover. She says the American claimed to be a doctor. He forced her to drink the brandy.
I can explain everything.
Can you, monsieur?
Almost everything.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
Is that going
I
to come up?
honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Hey, you madly godly as well. How you doing? Welcome in.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
I love how he just like holds his head to
Yeah.
do like
It's good because it's like he you immediately get that. Okay, the detective really fancies himself. Moo is the hapless sort of sidekick. But what I was going to say is I had this on PlayStation 1, and obviously, because I didn't have a PlayStation mouse, I didn't even know that was a thing. You have to use your D-pad to make to actually move the cursor around the screen, which is fine. And it's actually quite good when you're sort of pixel hunting and you're trying to find what you need to do. But in the game, there are like 2 or 3 quick time events where you've got to like do something quickly.
There's one later on in Syria, I believe.
Yeah, you're right with I don't want to do any spoilers, but with the antagonist, and yeah, you have to do it in like 10 seconds, and I died a million times doing it. It was so hard, like moving a little cursor around with your D-pad. It was intense.
You got a follow. Madly Godly, thank you for the follow.
Oh, Madly Godly's a legend.
This game is Broken Sword. It's should have when it first came out. I believe it came out in 1990 something.
I think it would have been about 96, 97 maybe.
Yeah, that seems around the time.
96.
Yeah, 96 it came out. So it's old. But it's absolutely, for my money, it's one of the most approachable and playable point-and-click adventures. It doesn't have too much what people call moon logic, in that a lot of point-and-click adventure games will get you to do the most obscene things that you'd never even think of.
Yeah.
Broken Sword's quite straightforward. There's a few instances where you got to think, but...
Yeah, there's some bits that kind of require you to suspend a bit of disbelief, like that bit in the hospital that you mentioned, where you've got to find a doctor's coat, and it just doesn't make sense that you've been wandering around the doctor dressed like that. He wears the same thing through the whole game, and yet the minute you put on a doctor's coat, everyone suddenly believes you're a doctor. It's just, there's a few weird things like that, or I don't know. But yeah, I found that with the likes of Monkey Island, which I really loved, I did really like that, and the sort of LucasArts stuff. They require a lot of very, very obscure lateral thinking, going like several steps. Whereas this one, generally, it kind of makes sense what you've got to do, but it's quite challenging still.
If you do end up playing Phantasmagoria, I highly suggest a guide.
Mademoiselle?
There's some puzzles in that which just make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I really want to play it.
And here's a femme fatale.
Nico.
Yeah, that's right.
Nicole.
On holiday in Paris.
Or
Some
Nico.
holiday, huh?
Nico.
Nico Collard.
Sure
Nico
was.
Collard.
Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
Well, what's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you can interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Okay.
The dialogue is so
Seen this
good in this game. It kind of gives you all the information that you need.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
I don't.
She's just like having none of it. Yeah. I love how everyone in the game as well is almost like an antagonist to George because he's American.
Yeah, it does. What you said earlier makes a lot of sense in terms of like, even though George is American, this game feels very British, and I can't help thinking that certainly back then, this is like a British view of an American in Paris in a situation that he wasn't prepared for. It's like it feels like a British stereotype of an American back then, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it still kind of holds mostly true to today. I think we still consider Americans to just every American is just a very loud, bashful, brash person, whereas the British are like have this view of ourselves, even if it's probably not true, which is definitely not. Like we're quiet and we're reserved, which if you've been abroad to Spain is absolutely not true because.
Well, yeah,
You speak
exactly.
very good
But
English for a French girl.
Thanks.
there's
You speak very good English from America.
there you go. It's stuff like that. It seems like everything, because I didn't know this, but the game was made in Britain. Of course it was.
Who's the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me.
It's like
last night.
every nation
He
is a
said he had
stereotype,
story
so it's a
that
very
interested
sort of
me. He asked me to meet
archaic
him
British
at the
view of the
cafe.
world, I
I
think.
guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
I kind of like it because it never kind of crosses. I don't feel it crosses any boundaries where it gets to like where it's mean. It's almost kind of. It's always kind of like bloody Americans, eh? It's almost like it's never punching down.
No, it's never punching down. It's more like exploiting people's perceptions
Why do you want to get
for
involved?
humor.
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that
You know,
reason
like
enough?
the majority of the
Understood.
French characters are a little
I'll
bit
give you my
grumpy.
phone number.
And then obviously you got
and-
the British characters. The biggest one probably
You
is
help me with my
the
story, and I'll let you in
Countess.
on what I know.
Who's really
Yeah.
grandiose
Get one thing
and
straight right now.
And posh,
This is
yeah.
strictly
falling out of a
business.
dress.
Okay, it's a deal.
And then you go to
I have to
Ireland
go
and it's all in a
develop
pub.
it.
You know, it's
Fine,
kind of.
I'll, see you
I
soon.
think that's the area where the game hasn't aged well.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's just that everything is kind of.
It's in a
It plays on
pub or a
stereotypes.
castle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course there is a castle. But your guy says, wasn't there supposed to be a film?
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if it would have been a good film or a bad film. I feel like you'd have to make it a comedy, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be really hard to pull off, actually.
Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
Nah, it was a misunderstanding.
This guy's great.
When he pulled that gun, I thought that was it.
TJ, thank you for the host.
Like quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
No, I already know how to get past
Would
these
you like
puzzles.
to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you
I know.
see I'm
Oh,
busy?
he's a gambler,
Read it
isn't
on
he?
your lunch
Yeah.
break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Yeah, so in the interest of time, I am kind of blasting through some of the puzzles
Look
that I
at
do
this.
remember.
Damn bleeding heart liberals. Cha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Ah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is.
I love as well in that bit, then you can just tell exactly what he's looking at and what he's
Do me
reading.
a favor,
Yeah.
would you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
Yeah, it's the other thing is that this game, they've recorded dialogue for every item in the game, for every character where you might possibly have that
I
item.
found a t-shirt.
So you can show any item to
I
anybody.
didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
I'll certainly be doing that with a certain item that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dialogue is great, madly. I, honestly, it's on GOG for very little. Buy this, it won't take you long to beat it, and just have a really good time with it.
I think they've remastered it now and changed a bit of the UI and stuff to make it a bit more.
Yeah, you can get
Friendly.
a director's cut, but it includes like you know how you said you played it on your iPad,
Yeah.
and there's those extra sections with the slide puzzles, which
Yeah.
Didn't do much for me.
No, I agree.
If you buy it on Steam and you can only buy the director's cut, they include the original for free.
Oh, nice.
So you get both. You get 2 versions of the same game.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
But this, to me, it still looks graphically really, really good. OBS has just crashed. OBS.
Oh.
Coming back to life. Maybe. Task manager. I'm gonna make a bugger for it to highlight. Hopefully it was so short Twitch will make it come back.
I think it will. It's happened to me a few times. There's like a minute outage and then it just reconnects.
And hopefully it doesn't kill the VOD in half. Should be back. I'm blaming Elgato because as soon as like the pop-up said like, oh, Stream Deck's connected.
I wouldn't be surprised. To be
OBS
honest.
crashed.
It's amazing that. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to slag off Elgato, but yeah.
Feel free to. I'm always doing it on this channel.
I just think it's amazing how they're perceived as the market leader, yet their products perpetually fail.
It's. I still haven't forgiven them. I think we're back. We're back.
I think we're back, hopefully.
Yeah, I still haven't forgiven them for. Yeah, shit Gato. That's how we call them over here.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they're charging $100 for 6 pieces of foam.
Yeah.
We've got special technology. People have paid it. It's sold out already.
Picked up the plastic ball,
It's sold out, for
I
fuck's
realized
sake.
it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
And you can actually...
The nose was hollow. Printed on the inside were the words, La Risée du Monde, Paris.
The whole atmosphere in this game is taking me right back. It's so like... I don't know how to articulate what I'm trying to say, but like... It's just such a nostalgic experience for me to actually watch this.
I can't wait to tune into your stream to run you like fuck Dark Souls with playing Broken Sword for...
Like
It's tempting.
leftovers.
This is one...
It's a bit of a weird one for me to pick though, I think, because there's so much dialogue that we have to sort of break off sometimes, and yeah, I don't know.
It was
But
soggy tissue I'd
done
found in
now.
the sewers.
You can have a lot of fun with this tissue, which we're going to have now. Because you can, every item in your menu you can show to every character you come across. It leads to some really
I
interesting
took hold of the scrap of material and
descriptions.
unsnagged it from the spike.
it's the way he introduces it to them as well. Like, hey, have a look at this tissue.
Yeah.
Look at the mess in this tissue.
Hi there.
It's sticky and white.
Right there.
Yeah.
You swore rat. I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Looking
I
for a
was looking
clown.
for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Yeah, Broken Sword is a bit of an odd title for the type of game it is. But yeah, it's definitely not a Dark Souls type experience, Beetle Guy. In fact, Beetle Guy, I think this would be right up your alley, this type of game.
I can totally see that.
The humour and stuff.
Totally see that.
Right, let's show my tissue.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh,
Nika, we'll get to that in a minute. You'll get a double kiss today.
Isn't safe.
Absolutely.
With the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Hello, Nuka. How are you today? Welcome on in. You've redeemed Kiss Kiss. Armies, I think you know how to do a Kiss Kiss. We're getting a raid from Flossie. 23 raiders.
Flossie!
Flossie, we got a Flossie raid. We got a soft raid. Oh, come on in. How you doing, raiders? Coming in on the raid.
Bunch of legends.
What an absolute bunch of legends indeed. We got Cactus in the raid. See Cactus there. Fill illustrations. Ethics Gradient. Hello. Josviz. Cactus. Soft. Everyone's soft. How you doing, Flossie? We're in the midst of Broken Sword fun times with man television above me. Beetle God. Not Beetle God. Barmies. ArgueBarmies. Beetle God was the other one. You come dusting time. Nuka's redeemed a Kiss Kiss, which is something we do over here. They give us channel points. We give them a kiss. It's a mutual consensual exchange. Nuka, you're amazing. You've been hanging out a lot more over here lately. I'm always having a good time hanging out with you. You're a lovely person, lovely legend. You're going to get a double kiss now. Are you ready, Barmies?
Yeah.
The old kiss moi to Nuka. Double kiss, just for you. Special Sunday offer from Barmies and me. We love you, Nuka. Have a good day. But yeah, Flossie, thank you for that amazing raid. Raiders, this is your game. This is a kind of bi-weekly podcast talk show where I get a guest in, such as ArgueBarmies or Beetle Guy, and we play a game from their childhood, and we play through it, and we talk about different childhood memories and have a wonderful time. So yeah, hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you enjoy this sort of thing. Should we give Flossie a kiss?
Well, does Flossie want one?
Flossie, do you want a kiss? I feel like you do. Do you want one from me, from Barmies? Who do you want one from? She probably doesn't want one from you, but
I was going to say...
Oh, she wants both.
Wow.
Flossie, you are absolutely amazing. If you're not partnered by the end of this year, I'm going to eat something horrible. I keep saying it. I'm going to do it.
Eat something horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what. Are you hungover today? You're feeling soft? Okay, Flossie, you're wonderful. This is just for you. Kiss, kiss, moi, moi. You're amazing. Keep being amazing. Fiery Squirrel, thank you for the host. New Cat, yes. New Cat, we'll get you on the show. DM me. We'll make it happen. I'm always after guests. If any fellow streamers out there want to come on the show. We've got a message here, Cactus as well. Cactus. Mothzilla's next. It's going to be very, very fun. But let's get back into the game. We've just shown this man our tissue, a soggy tissue. He wasn't impressed.
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
I think it's amazing how they recorded dialogue for every item, bespoke for every character. Not only the character responding to the item, but George asks them each differently each time, like generally. It's just huge. The scope of this game is amazing. But
Take a look
yeah,
at
it's
this
hilarious. I
false
love it.
nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You were up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck.
Agent PK1, welcome in. Yeah, you were gifted by Sophie. Sophie's a very generous and lovely person in this community.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you, and I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about
No
you.
worries, Flossie.
It is your
Go get some food in you.
Your
Spend some time away from the screen as well. I know you've been
There
streaming
is
for a
no
bit.
mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning.
I love how he
and
just
tell
shows
it
the card,
just like it was.
and they were trusted.
Yeah, even though the picture on it looks completely different.
Yeah.
Did I show you this tissue?
We miss you.
Does this piece of material mean anything?
I don't remember what to
you?
do here, actually.
Yeah, it's showing the material.
Same cloth as the jacket I
And
found.
he remembers
I
the tailor.
recognize that
Ah,
pattern
yeah.
anywhere.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her.
Flossie.
Quite well.
I just saw what you said.
She came to work
Love
at
you.
the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
There's so much to this game that I didn't actually notice. Like before, when Rosso says, now what have I told you about premature evaluation? I never picked up on that joke as a kid, as I was a very innocent child.
Yeah.
But never picked up on that. And also, this guy talking about the relief he gets. I never even twigged.
And then you
'cause I would have
think
been
it's
12.
something, he's obviously having,
Yeah.
fun. And then not really. It's just, he has his toenails clipped.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. Pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send
Go
the
on.
jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick.
I love the little music you get when
The
you
address?
struck up on something.
Only a telephone number.
The music in this
Well, I
game is
don't
just
expect you to
beautiful
remember
anyway.
a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little secret number that I learned in the desert. I
So it's
was
really
taught
from
to
here
take
that the
it
game opens
by
up
actual
Yeah.
like quite a lot.
That's
Which is
incredible.
a shame, really, because we're kind of coming towards the end stretch of the show.
Do I get
Yeah.
a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Raymond, I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
As you can see as well, there's so many icons in the menu still that we haven't even explored, and there's so much dialogue in this game.
It's amazing, and it takes you all over the world.
So do I.
It's all different locations. They're all beautifully hand drawn like this. And yeah, I hope that anyone who's never encountered this game before considers it, because it's really cheap now, and it's honestly still one of the most enjoyable. Maybe some of it is just nostalgia talking, but for me, it's one of the most enjoyable games I've played ever. It's just such a journey, and there's a series of them. The first two or three, I think, are all in 2D
First
point and click.
two are in this style. The third one was like a 3D game.
Yeah.
It didn't really do it for me.
No, me neither. But I think number 5, they went back to this style.
Yeah. It's already got a remake, Joe. It's called the Director's Cut. 5 might be available on the PS4. I'm not sure about this one. We can ring Todrick.
Hello?
It's also available on Android and stuff as well, but
Yeah,
it's a
it's
slightly
on
different
every-
version.
I've bought this game so many times. I had it on PC, and I had it on iPad. And I also remember as a child, I had it on Game Boy Advance.
Come over and
Oh,
talk.
wow.
It's even on Game Boy Advance.
Not possible.
Wow.
Okay, forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but, oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels
There's a
happy
really
with
great
his funny
section as
nose
well
and
with,
custard
in
down
the
his pants, what's
museum
problem?
at night.
Yeah.
And you have to hide from
Yeah.
2 burglars, and they're like bungling. What are they called? I think they're called like Squat and
I think it's Guido and Flap, isn't it?
Guido and Flap. Yeah, that's the one.
It's great. Because you'd been to the museum
guy
already
called
during the day, and then you hide.
I never heard of him.
I almost don't want to say for spoilers.
Yeah.
But
And,
yeah,
uh,
you have to hide.
What's his name as well? Nico's ex-boyfriend, who's like really like, I'm super cool.
Lobino.
Lobino, yeah. Andre Lobino.
Such a bellend.
Shall I
Yeah.
tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
Oh, Squirrels played the Director's Cut.
I expect Plantar.
Such great games.
Don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home. You forgot the puppy. Huh? The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice. Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think? I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me. Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
We'll speak to Moo and then we'll start closing up. And...
Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Oh, it's not Moo.
What for?
Oh.
In the event of an accident. It would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I know what you have to actually. You have to phone Nico, and then we can talk. Go to Nico's apartment and talk to the flower lady, who's quite interesting.
I remember that scene outside the apartment as well, with the flower seller and the birds singing and all that. It's lovely. It makes Paris look well. Paris is lovely, but it really sells Paris.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown, and I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
We'll go see the flower lady.
I seem to remember getting stuck somewhere around here for a while.
There's a part as well where you go to like, it's a gorgeous scene. It's like there's a cafe in a big giant cathedral, and you talk to that police officer who's like, you know, you're like, can you help me? And he's like, no, I'm on my lunch, I'm drinking wine. This is the most unhelpful police officer ever.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
Yes.
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to. Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Thanks for telling me. Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me.
Hello, Raina. How you doing?
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. You're a young lady. She deserves better.
It's so great how this simple dialogue paints such a picture of life.
Yeah, it's so beautifully done. The whole thing is so beautifully done.
Raina, this is Broken Sword. Again, Raina, you're another person who I think would absolutely love this game.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
You're going to get a completely different image of Nico just from talking to this flower lady. It's a great game.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself?
I remember francs. I do remember French currency before the euro.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
We sold Ninja and Beetle Guy in this game.
That's what we want. You won't regret it.
It's such
such a journey.
Yeah.
What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Done herself out of business here.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
It's lovely idle animation. Just Gav 78201. Thank you for the follow, Gav. Welcome on in. We'll put this fantastic music on again, and we'll go.
Lovely.
Will it work? Will it work? Oh, the stream deck's working again now, at least.
Whee.
Right at the end. Well, thank you, everyone.
Good old Hellfire.
Yeah, it's a bit Shenmue in that Shenmue's a bit more 3D kind of adventure game. This one's kind of like the pre-Shenmue era. Oh, Beetle Guy's got something for us. Hopefully you're not spending any money. Don't spend any money on this channel, Beetle Guy. Keep your money to yourself. Enjoy it yourself. Buy this game. Don't spend money on this channel. Go buy this game. How you doing, Gav? Sorry, we're coming in. We're on the wrap-up part now. An hour's gone by so quickly. I might have to start thinking about extending these, but I think an hour's quite nice. You get a nice chunk of game without spoiling yourself. How did you find that an hour in Broken Sword again?
Oh, it was so nice. The first time I played it, an hour would have taken me probably up to outside the cafe, because I, of course, got very lost in all of the options and stuff. But it's so nice. As I say, it was a weird choice because it's very dialogue heavy. It's not very conducive to kind of talking much throughout it, but it's very true to me as like the game that kind of started me off thinking about anything other than football simulators. It's a proper adventure, and I'd highly recommend it to anybody. And yeah, the art direction, the kind of score to it all, the writing, the dialogue, the depth of the game, the story is great as well. And the humor above all is right up my street. And yeah, it really took me back. Lovely memories, and thank you for having me. It's been really good.
It's been an absolute pleasure to have you in the old television for This Is Your Game. Let's go and see who is. Moth's not online. Moth said she was going to be online. She's not online.
Mm-hmm. And Moth, I believe, is the next guest, right?
Mothzilla is indeed the next guest. She hasn't told me what she's playing. Oh, she's just starting up. Get on that OBS, Moth. We've distracted her with Broken Sword. But yeah, Moth is the next person in the television, followed by I believe K-Suds. Yeah, hop in the Discord if you want to join in and chat about games and all that good stuff. There's a fantastic food section in our Discord. What else can I say? Yeah, K-Suds is going to be next, I think. I need to speak to Cactus, I believe he's interested. Nuka showed some interest as well. All wonderful people. I think Barmies can attest. It's a fun time, isn't it? Really, it's only an hour. It's nice and short, but it's really like an era of nostalgia.
It is. It's so nice. It it takes you right back and takes you to another time. It's really. Sorry, I just burped on your stream. Sorry. It's really nice. Highly recommend it to everyone. It's a great laugh.
And before we go, do you want to tell people what you're up to this week and what's coming up on your schedule?
He burps everywhere out of filth. I'm a bit lost now. because I finished Bloodborne, which kind of worked its way into my heart and soul a bit. So now I'm a bit lost. I am probably tonight I'm playing Resident Evil 7 for my standard shit your pants Sunday, and that's at 6:30. And then tomorrow it's either going to be, I need to check, I've got a poll running in my Discord as to what game to play next. It's either going to be the outcome of that, which will be another FromSoft game, or it's going to be Resident Evil 2, which I was very, very kindly gifted by some generous soul.
There's a lot of generous souls on this platform.
And there are a lot of generous souls on this platform. That's very true. Very true. But yeah, so it's one of those two tomorrow. But yeah,
tonight should be a lot of fun. What time are you live tonight as well? I think it's after Marth, isn't it? 7 o'clock?
It's 6:30 tonight. Yeah. But yeah, should be good.
Once again, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show, Barmies. It means a lot.
Thank you for having me.
You are one of my favourite streamers on the platform. Dare I say it?
Very kind.
I have a lot of fun over on your
What
channel.
poor judgment you have.
Yeah, terrible judgment, really. Terrible judgment. Yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you for playing Broken Sword, another game that is really precious to my childhood as well. I don't know what Moth's going to have us playing, but yeah, I hope everyone in the chat as well. I know we haven't interacted too much with the chat. It's a bit difficult with this format, but I think it depends on the game as well. But yeah, we love, well, I don't know what Barmies thinks, but I love every one of you a lot. You're all amazing. Make sure you go follow Barmies if you aren't. I think most of you are though. And I will see you tomorrow for Last of Us Part 2. Barmies is going to be playing something tomorrow. Depends on the poll. So see you in either of our channels tomorrow. Make sure you stick around for the raid as well. We're going to raid the wonderful, I remember how to spell her name, Mothzilla. It's going to be good. She's playing Braid today, which is very, very good. So are we all... Everything's working fine. At the end, it works so fine. See you over on Moth's channel. Make sure you send us some love. Again, thank you, Barmies. Thank you, chat. See you tomorrow.